Online students, now open the notes. Last class, we have completed about the concept part of networking. There we taught about the network programming definitions, importance of network programming, client server side program, client side program, definition of server side, definition of client side, definition of DNS command, definition of IP address, and definition of port number. Moreover, after that, we have seen about steps for development of client side and server side applications. What server can do, what client can do, what are the various steps we already understood. And next we have seen about common module name required for developing thread-based networking-based applications. What is the module name here? Socket. So there we have seen about what socket function can do, what bind function can do, what listen function can do, accept function, and receive with a decoding, and send with encoding, and connect function in detail explained in the last class. Now we go for programming today. Write down, open the notes, all of you. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Write a Python program which will implement the following. Next line. So you write down A. So two programs I am writing here. You know already in networking how many programs? Two programs. One is server side program, one more is client side program. Write down. Write a server side program in such a way that it should receive a value. It should receive a numerical integer value. It should receive a numerical integer value. It should receive a numerical integer value from client side program, comma, it squares the value, and gives response to the client side program, gives response to the client side program. That is called server program. B program you write. B. Program B. Write a client side program. In such a way that it should read a numerical integer value as an input. It should read a numerical integer value from the keyboard. Comma, send it to the server side program. And get its square. From server side program. So let's start the two programs I am going to write it. So I'm going to start with a new others, and then say Python here. Now I am writing program for accepting a number from client side program, and square it and gives response to client. This is called our requirement. So I'm going to say here program for accepting a number from client side program, square it and gives response to client. Now I'm going to write square client dot. First I will write server program, then I will start square server dot py. Now I'll write strictly the steps. Whatever the steps we discussed it, strictly those steps I will follow. And the corresponding steps related functions also explained here. So don't take much time. Start here. Import socket. Module is imported. What should I do next step? See the step. Create an object of socket class and bind with certain mission and port number, and configure the server side program in such a way that to how many clients it can communicate. So I'll create an object of socket dot socket. So S is called a server socket here. Socket object is created. It should bind with a certain mission. S dot bind off. What is this now? Localhost or 127.0.0.1. And next is called what you know. I will write it. Port number I will pass. Some port number you pass. This is passed in the form of what? Tuple. S dot bind localhost of some data is done. Next S dot listen of, I'm saying 1 or 2, whatever you like it. So this is called making the server side program, creating a socket, binding and making it to listen. Now I'm writing here print server side program. I'll write SSP is ready. SSP means server side program is ready to accept any client, any CSP request. Ready to accept any CSP request. Right? This is a message I written, and I write lots of code. You observe it. So I'll try to run this. How I will run this, especially this server side program and client side program? Actually, you must have two missions. In one mission, I will write what you know, server.py. I will run in this mission. One more mission I will be connecting. That is nothing but what you know, client.py. I will run it. These two missions must be physically connected with the networking policies. Here I will run server side program. Here I will write what? Client side program. Then one person will run this code, another person will run this code, and they will be matter of what? Exchanging the results. But here we are using a single mission. Single mission is nothing but how can you fill two missions? It is only possible by using what? Command prompt. In one command prompt, I can write server side program. In another command prompt, I can run client side program. This is only the mechanism you need to take care. So you observe it. This is called what? Your one command prompt. One more command prompt I will use it. One more command prompt I am using. What is that? I say D:, Python here, 7 AM now, networks here, and this is the mechanism now. So here we are having two things are there. Here I will write what program? Server program. Here I will write what? Client side program. Both of them I will run it. Client side program and then server side program. Both of them I will run. Now at this stage, I will run py, our program name. square server.py. Even after going to home, you need to open two DOS prompts and you need to run it. If anything is not supporting DOS prompt system, you cannot run that. Okay. And as on today, any type of networking application must run in where? Browser now. Actually, our websites are running in where? Browser. That's called pure shareability. Why networking applications are not in use nowadays? Because it is providing always what? Console-based shareability. And it is almost not using in the industry. So, square server.py, it is saying that SSP is ready to accept any CSP request, but immediately closing it. It is immediately closing it. DOS prompt is coming. So SSP is ready to accept any client-side request means what? It has to wait. It has to wait. It has to wait continuously. It has to wait continuously until CSP request is coming. Right or not? So for that, what I will do? I will write while true, I will write it. It is our own logic we need to remember. Already we know this type of logic. While true says what? While true says what? Infinite waiting, this is called. Infinite loop, it is called. You try to run it once again. You observe it. You have already observed it. It was showing the message and is closing immediately. Py square server.py and you run this immediately and see that it is cursor is waiting. And this is continuously running because we are writing the beautiful logic called what? While true. So it is entered inside the while loop. It is continuously running behind this. I hope you are understanding about SSP is ready to accept any CSP request. I hope you are following. So I just closed it. Now I need to write the logic inside. What is the logic inside next? See the second step. Create an object of socket class, socket module, bind with certain machine port number, and also configure the server side program to how many clients the server side program can communicate. Every server side program must accept the request from client program. How do you do that now? How do you do that now? I will go for it. How you can do it? I will say s.accept. S.accept returns what? Two objects yesterday I told. One is called CS, client socket, and CA, client address. And most important thing is CS is required. Why? To accept the client data, to send the client data, CS is required. Now CS contains what? Client side socket. Yesterday I told very clearly in the class. Here, if we create an object of socket at server side, we call it the server socket. If we create an object at socket at client side program, it is the client socket. Yesterday clearly I explained it and already written here. Variable name, variable 2. What is the client socket? What is the server socket? Everything is done. Now coming to this place. CS, CA, comma. Now I want to go for next what? Say the next one. After accepting it, every server side program must read the request from client side program. Reading is nothing but what? Receiving. How do you receive it? CS dot recv of 1024 dot decode I said. Actually, why decode I am writing? If I hold that data, so I am writing here CS data. If I say CS data is equal to, if I say this CS data is coming in the form of what? Bytes. But bytes I don't want. Bytes we cannot process it. We cannot understand. That's why we are converting into what? Decode I am saying. So that bytes data converted into what? Decoding means STR data it is going to come. So that STR data, my problem statement is what? Doing the square. So square doing means what? I will convert into integer. So int is equal to int of what? CS data. CS data. Here there is a chance of getting any exception. Value error is going to come. Value error is also chance is there to come. Because if my client enters what type? String type, there is a chance is there to get what? Exception. Now I read my data. These two lines indicates what? Reading the data. Process it. Every server side program must process the client side program request. So here I am going to take up. Here I am going to take up processing. Result is equal to what? N star star 2. N star star 2 I am going to say. N star star 2, nothing but what? Our client data is going to be converted into which type? Integer type. And then I'm processing it, squaring it. And I want to give the result back. RES, I want to give it back. How do you give RES back? We are going to say, next is called after that, server side program must send the response back to the client. How I can give it? CS dot send CS dot to the through CS, I'm sending the data. To whom I'm sending? CS only. CS dot send of what? RES you should not write it, because if you remember it, when you are sending the data, it should be converted into what type? STR data you need to convert. So RES is which type actually? Int type. You converted into what type? STR of RES. So numerical data converted into STR. Why I'm converting into STR? Because in STR there is a function called encode. So RES dot encode you cannot write it. RES dot encode we cannot write it. Why we can't write? Encode function is not there in int type. Encode function is there in STR type. That's why you please convert that RES into which type? RES into which type? STR, and say what? Encode of. So CS dot send of STR RES of encode. Then RES is getting. Then once it is done, now I can give a message called what? Exception also I can write it. What is that exception now? Try I can write it. Try I can write it. What is this exception now? Try I can write it. I can say this part of it. So I'm saying here what? Except, what is that now? Value error. Value error. So earlier we used to write print statement directly. But today we don't want to say print statement. That exception message I want to send it to whom? Client. So how do you say? CS dot send of don't enter ALNUMs, STRs and symbols dot what? Format of, or sorry, I will write it. Dot what? Encode I need to write it. No need to use any format, because this is the data I'm sending to the client by encoding it. Everything is enclosed within double quotes is which type? STR type. I'm going to do what? Encoding. This is called our server side program. So make it run, make it this, accepting the request, receiving the receiving, this is called accepting. This is called reading the requested data, processing the requested data, sending the request, result is sending, and sending the error message also giving. So this is comes under server side program now. Make it run, final program run. Now it is ready to accept. So I'll write what program next? Client side program I'll write it. Online students, did you understand this flow? Did you understand this flow, all of you? Yesterday's class is important for remembering this type of steps. Now I'll go for what next? Program for another one. I'm going to write it. Program for which program? Server client side program. Now I'm writing client side program. Accept the value from where? Keyboard, and send to what? Server side program. Server side program, and obtain its square. Obtain its square from which side program? Server side program. Server side program. This is called program B. This is what I am writing is program B. Earlier one is called program A. This is comes under program A. Program A, this is called program A. So coming to back, now I'm going to write the logic here. Same to same. Import what? Socket. Client side program steps. Import socket. Create an object of socket and get the connection from the server side program by passing what? DNS, IP address and port number. How do you do it now? S is equal to socket dot socket. socket dot socket, socket dot socket. Done. Next, I will go for what? Creating an object of socket. Now I will go for what? Connector. Yes, dot connector. Of I will pass it. Localhost in the form of tuple you need to pass it, students. Localhost comma port number which is already mentioned in the server side program. Whatever I mentioned it, same thing I must say at this place also. So I'm writing here CSP obtains connection from server side program. Write it done. Next I'm going to say connect, I got it and got the result. Next I need to go for what? I need to go for accepting the input from the keyboard. What are the steps here? Every client-side program must send a request. What is the request? Read the input from the keyboard. So I'll write, read the value from keyboard. Read the value from keyboard. N is equal to input of, you say, enter a value for getting its square. For getting its square. So I'm not converting into numeric integer type. Why? In the server side, I am converting now. In the server side, I am converting. So I should not do that. So I am sending normally. If I send any alphanumerical value, exception message will come from server. So next what I will do there? Send this N to whom? Server. How do you send it? Yes, a dot. Yes, a dot. What is this? Send. Yesterday's class I used it already. What is that now? Send. This function used for sending request of client-side program to server-side program. It can also be used at server-side program for sending response to client-side program. Clearly, it was written in the last class. Send. What you are sending? N. What is N? str type. You need to do what here? Encode. Once you say encode, it will come to server side. It will accept it, received it, convert into integer. If everything proper, it will calculate the result. If any exception is there, it will come to value error. This result will be coming back. If everything is proper, it will come to where? Result calculation and sending the result back. So go to this place now. N dot what? S dot send, N dot encode. Yes, N dot encode. Now I need to receive the result. Yes, dot what I will do? RECV of 1024. What is that now? Decode I am going to say. Decode I am going to say. It is going to be called as what? Result is going to come. That result can be either result of this when valid input is coming or exception will come. That I will go for it. What is that now? Print. What is this now? Square of your input is equal to result coming from the server. Format of what? Format of what I can do? N comma. What is this? RES. That's all. This is called a client-side program. So I'm writing here square client dot py. Square client dot py. You try to save it. And moreover, I forget to write one small sentence at server side. Here I will print the value of client. Print of value of client at server is equal to dot format of what I will write? N I will write it. This is what I need. That's why I terminated my program of that. So coming to the point back, Python 7 AM, say networks here. Now try to run it. Py, program name is called what? Square server.py. So this is ready. My client-side program was already made it ready. So two things are required. And you must observe it with two things, students. So don't see your output here. Don't keep your two eyes here. or don't keep your two eyes here. So you have to see one eye here, one more eye here. And you must see like this. Like that you must see. Then you can see the result. Now, Py, what is my program name here? Client square client dot py. Square client dot py. Be careful, students. Observe it. Don't see bottom, don't see up, see both of them. Now, what is coming? CSP obtains connection from where? Server side program. Enter a value for getting its square. I'll say 6. 6 I am saying. Once you say 6, what will happen? This 6 will go to the server and 36 will come back to the client. And see carefully what I got it. Value of client at server is 6. Square of 6 is called 36. Again, I will run it. Anybody did not see with the two eyes properly? Again. Now I am writing here, enter the value for getting it square. 14. 14 will go up and square of 14 is called 196. Okay. Now, once again I run it. Minus 25 I will say. Minus 25 plus 25 square. It is nothing but 625. Minus 25 went up and 625 down. Next I'll go for what? I'll say KV123. Exception will come. See that exception? Don't enter alphanumerics, STRs and symbols. From where this message is coming? From server side program. You enter dollar. You enter dollar. Same message is coming. Are you following? Students in online, are you getting the beautiful program? This is supporting only in the place where that is supporting the command prompt approach. Getting? Right. Next, one more example I want to go for it. Students in online, I hope you followed this way of running it. Followed, students? Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Which will implement one-to-one charting application. One-to-one charting application. One-to-one charting application. By writing one-to-one charting application by writing server side program and client side program. By writing client side program and server side program. Now, I'll go for implement. Right. Shall we start here? What is this now? I'll say two windows. In one of the window, I will write what? The message we are saying between the teacher and the student. Between the teacher and the student, some conversation is going on. Or between the friend 1 and friend 2, some conversation is going on. How to develop such type of application? Start up. Shall we start? Now, look at this carefully. Now I am going to write it. How do you write it? Now I am going to start with this. So which program I need to write? Chart server. Chart server.py. Chart server.py. I'm going to say two programs. Chart client.py also I will write it. Two programs. Same to same. Import what? Socket. Import socket.py. Import socket. Create an object of what? Socket. Carefully need to create. S is equal to what, students? Come on. Socket dot what? Socket of. Socket dot socket of. So socket dot socket of. I need to go for it. Socket S is equal to socket dot socket of. Object is created. What I will do next? S dot what? Bind of. I will say here what you can write 127.0.0.1 comma 8 I will write it. Done. Next I will write it what? Yes dot listen. Yes dot listen of what? I can say 2, 3, 4, whatever the number of clients you have. So coming to the point back, now I am going to say yes dot listen of 2. I got it. Next, what I will do? I will make it while what? True. Already we know the logic now. We have to make the server to wait for infinite amount of time. After that, CS comma CA is equal to yes dot what? Accept. Yes dot accept. Then I got client side data, client side mission address also getting. From CS, what should I get it? CS dot RECV of 1024 dot 1024 dot decode I will say. Decode I will say. So decode is coming. Red signal is there. So decode of what I am going to say? CS dot RECV of 1024 of what? Decode. And I am going to get it what data? CS data is coming, right? Now I want to print that as print. I am printing. Whose message is that? Student message. Student message that is called. Student message that is called. Here I am writing. Student. I am arrow. I am keeping some arrow student. I am writing there dot format of. I'm going to say. Inside I am writing with what? CS data. CS data. So CS dot what? Student of. I'm printing the student message. Student is called what? My client. Printing. Now at the same time from here what I will do? By seeing the message of the student, I will go for what? Sending the message from the teacher side. What I will do? S data, server data is equal to reply need to be given or not. What I will do? Input of what I am writing here? Teacher. Teacher also giving reply. How this is given the reply? I am writing. Teacher message. I am going to say input of teacher. This is giving something like this. Student message, teacher message. Yes data. How do you send the S data? CS dot send of yes data dot what? Encode. Encode you will say. This will be continued. Receiving the client data, printing the data, and the teacher data, sending the data to whom? Client. Until what is stopping? Client stops the message. Client stops the message. This will be continued for a lot. This is called what? Chart server.py. Earlier what I did only, I just calculated. Only calculation is sending. Here in this place what I am doing? I am getting your input also from the keyboard. Client input also I am getting it. And I am giving that client related response to the server. So server is receiving it and server is printing the client data. Based on the client data, teacher also responding, reading the data from his keyboard and then sending to the reply back to the client. This will be continued infinitely until client says that requests are completed. And I already wrote yesterday, repeat the steps 3, 4, 5, 6 until client closes its request. Everything is more clear, students. Coming to this place of which side now? Client side I am going to write it. What is the next client side? I am going to write it. So I am going to write it. Save it. Go to this place. Save this program now. Chart server.py. I will write down the same thing at which side others I am writing. Python I am saying. Write the new code. So client server dot client or chart. Sorry. What is this now? Chart client. Chart client dot py. What is that? Import socket. Import socket. S is equal to what? Socket dot socket. Socket dot socket of. What I will do? See, server side, what is happening? Chart server, infinitely, continuously it is going on displaying. Even in the server side also, even in the client side also, I will get it. How do you write it? While loop, I will write it. Why while loop? Continuously displaying until client says breaking that. I'll go on doing the charting with the server until a client says what? Stopping it. Once you say bye or I'm stopping the charting, we'll say quit. Quit means what? We will say break. We'll say break. Tell me now. Get the request now. Create an object of what? Socket. From the beginning onwards, I'll write it. Everything I'll write inside of it. Yes, sir. Dot. Come on. Connect. Of what I will write it? 127.0.0.1. 127.0.0.1. What you passed it, you observe once. Some number, whatever, not necessary to follow the same number again and again, students. Some number you take it. Here I am writing the same number you pass it, students. 8558 you pass it. 8558 you pass it. So got the connection. So that I need not write connection is done. CSP got connection and all. Now should see what now? CS data, client side data is equal to what I will do? Input of what is this now? Student. Student message is coming or not? Student message. Student message I want to read. I want to read. CS data is coming. Input of student. Now CS data is coming here. Now I want to go for, once the connection is done, I'll read the data from the client. That is CS data. I will go on sending the data to the server. Once a client enters what? Suppose last student is saying that bye. That means what? You want to stop it. Or you want to say that at the saying that what? Quit. You want to quit. Or you say at the rate to stop the terminal. Something, some condition you take it. What is my condition here? If CS data is equal to CS data dot what? Lower is equal to whatever you say, bye. If you say like that, what you will do, student? You say break. You are breaking. You are breaking. Otherwise, what are you doing? Else. If he says that boy, you say something like this. So you say a message. What is the message? I have some work. I have some work. Or friends are waiting. Friends are waiting. I stop my charting. So like this you are writing some small message. So coming to the point back, friends are waiting, I stop my charting. And you say break. And once this is not entered by, what you will do? Send this data to whom? Server side. How do you send? Yes, a dot send of CS data dot send. Sorry. CS data dot what? Encode. Encoder. This is done. This is done. Are you following me? Then after that, what is happening? In this case, once you send it, what is happening now? Once you send, it will go to the chart server, accepting it, reading it, printed your message there. Teacher also will enter the message. That will be coming back. What is this now? Server data, server side data. S data is equal to what? S dot RECV of 1024 dot decode. Decode. Then I'll print here what? Which message it is? Teacher message. Teacher message. I am writing dot format of what here? CSS data. This is comes under which side? Which side? Client side. So I am printing server side data, I am printing client side data. This is repeatedly doing. This server side also repeatedly doing. So coming to point back, save this now. So chart client, chart server. I hope you remembered about all these things. Let's go to the program running now. Here, this is continuously running, students. Even if you say Control C also not stopping. So to close my server, I need to terminate my one command prompt. I need to open another command prompt. Because once a server is infinitely running, it cannot stop with keyboard interrupt. You have to stop that. D:, here, Python, say some 7 AM, networks. So there we are going to talk about it. Two things are there with us. This is about our client side prompt. One, I will use it as server here, and I will use it as what? A client here. Right? So coming to the point back, first a server, and one more drawback. One person cannot type in both the times at a time. Actually, if you are belongs to any of the college or company, one person sitting into one machine, typing what? Type one program called what? Chart server.py. One person will sit on that and will do. Another person will sit on another machine. He will type what? Another machine. He will type which program? Chart client, he will type it. Chart client.py, he will type it. Are you following me? So look at that. Py. What is my program? Chart server. .py. Chart server.py. So I hope it is not written any message. It is not written any message. Okay. I did not write any message here. Server side program is ready like earlier written or not? Here I did not write such message. Earlier you see, here I wrote SSP is ready to accept any client side request. So no issue at all. No issue at all. Are you following me? Server is ready. Go to the next side. This side, py, what I'm saying, chart client. So see that what is happening now. Okay, some keyboard interruption was taken it. 1 minute, student. So chart server, and coming to this place. Now here I am writing. Say here. Now I am writing, hi sir. So now you run it. Now you run it, student. So I'm writing, hi sir. So going to that place, on the top of it, you see, hi sir. What the message is now? Teacher is supposed to respond, but my cursor is available at where? Client side. So I need to shift to where? Server side prompt. Two people are sitting, opposite they are entering, but in the same machine means I have to only enter. So now I will say, hi student. Now I am saying, when you press enter key, it is reaching to which side? Client side also. Hi student. Now, how to get job, sir? How to get job, sir? This a message is sending. So message is going to the server side. Now, read notes and practice notes, practice programs daily for 2 hours. 2 hours. In the beginning only I said, today also I am saying the same thing. So read notes, teacher message is coming. Read notes and practice programs daily for 2 hours. But sir, without reading notes and practice, without reading and practice, can I get job? Can I get job? So, but sir, without reading notes and practice, can I get job? Now, teacher is saying, okay, student, at least come to class regularly, come to class punctually, and say in the class. Now, that message is going to the server side. Sir, without coming to class, and without opening mouth, can I get job? Can I get a job? Can I get a job? Now, teacher says, please contact Rosam. Please contact Rosam. So, next, please contact Rosam. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir is going. Read notes well. Read notes well. Read notes well. So coming to this client side, read notes well. Now, bye, sir. Read notes well means bye, sir. Bye means what? It is terminating. Coming out of that message. You are coming out of that. Friends are waiting. I stop my chatting. That is called what you know? The chat window messages. This is simply the easiest example how you can do it. Same example you can do with what? Django also. That is called what? Browser charting. Browser charting also you can do it. With what? HTTP protocol charting. With you can go for that. It is called one-to-one charting, private charting. That the public chatting is also there. Public chat rooms also will be there. That also you can develop with a Django based modules. What is this? How many applications are available here? How many applications are available here? Two things are there. One is which program? Client side program, and one more is which program? That is known as what? Two-tier application we can call. Which side applications we can call? Two-tier applications we can call. Two-tier applications we can call. You following me? And I want to develop what? Two-tier application means what? One side client program, another side server side program. This is a first program. This is a second program. Layer 1, layer 2. This is a tier 1 and this is called a tier 2. Both the programs are communicating to each other. It is called a two-tier applications we can call. Now I want to go for what? Database related application also we can develop. Database related application means what is happening here? Client will send. Actually, this is all called what? The inputs for entering into Django. And when we are looking into web application development. So Government of India conducted one entrance test, job related test they conducted, or some educational related entrance test they conducted. So this is called a database to store your ranking and everything. And this is the browser. This is nothing but a student. He is entering the hall ticket number, reaches to the server side program. Server will communicate with the database. Database gives the result to the server. Server will give the result back to the browser. That is what is happening in result system. This is called a tier 1. This is called a tier 2. This is called a third layer. This is called a 3-tier architecture. Tier 3. This type of application is called what? 3-tier architecture we can call. Are you able to get it? So how many programs are interacting here? 3 layers are there in my program. That's why it is known as what? 3-tier architecture we can call. Able to follow me? So that I want to develop it. Is this charting is clear? Now I will go to Oracle related implementation. So go to my place, Oracle here. I'll open it. Which table is available? I will look into that first. Which table is available? I will look into that first. Go to the place and Python I need to go. Oracle I need to go for it. So in PyCharm it is not possible to do it, students. Why it is not possible to do it? Because it's not providing 2 command prompts. It is not providing 2 command prompts. You need to do like this only. Beginning only I said to you. So go to the place. So I'll go to where now? Oracle here. So I'll go for Oracle command line, run SQL command line. So make it like this. So here I'm going to write it. How it is working, you try to see. Connect. What is this now? System. And next is called what? Manager. So there I am writing connected. Select star from employee. I hope you are in the employee data is available. This is your data, what you are having. So this information I want to go for what? getting from the employee details. You create a result table by yourself. Result table. I hope it is there or not. We will see. Select star from result table. That type of table is not there. I hope. Employee table. Any table you take it, students. From this table, I want to get the data. So how to get the data? I'm going to take up. Right? Open the notes. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program for implementing the following. For implementing the following. For implementing the following. So two programs I will dictate. Now next line. Program A you write. Program A you write. Write a server-side program. Write a server-side program. Write a server-side program in such a way that it should accept employee number from client-side program. It should accept employee number from client-side program. It should accept employee number from client-side program, comma. It should communicate with the employee table of Oracle. It should communicate with the employee table of Oracle. It should communicate with the employee table of Oracle. It should communicate with employee table of Oracle and gives other details of employee 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 to the client side program. To the client side program. Okay, now next one more. Write a client side program. Write a client side program. Write a client side program in such a way that it should accept employee number from keyboard. It should accept employee number from keyboard. It should accept employee number from keyboard. It should accept employee number from keyboard, comma. Send it to the server side program. Send it to the server side program. And gets other details of employee, other details of employee from server side program. From server side program. So how many components are interacting here? 3. One is client side program, server side program, client side. 3. So I'll go for what next? I'll take it here. I'm going to say I'm writing server EMP or server database. I will write DB communication or DB. I will write DB communication. So COMMN dot what? py. Now I will take what here? Import what I'm saying. Come on, what is that? Socket. Import what also? CX underscore Oracle. CX underscore Oracle. I must take the module names. Next is called what? Create an object of socket. Here 2 codes I will write. One is socket coding and one more is PDBC coding. S is equal to socket dot socket. Socket dot socket. Socket object is created. Now, s dot bind of, I say localhost, and I'll say some number 6767, some number, some port number I passed it. S dot listen, LISTEN, S dot listen, off for some 2. Because of this, what is happening? SSP is ready to accept any CSP request. I hope you are understanding that. CSP request. Done. Now I will say here while true, always common logic, because I have to make the server side program to wait for infinite time. Now I will say CS comma CA. You can take any of the variable names according to your own requirement. S dot accept the request from the server side. Now you will say what? CS dot. What should I do? RECV of 1024 dot decode. I will say. I will get the data. What is the data now? CS data. Client side data is coming. That client side data is what type? STR type is coming. Convert into which type? What is that now? ENO. I am getting. Int of what? Which data? CS data. There is a chance of getting one exception, right? What is that exception, student? Try. Remember always, student. Which exception is coming? Exception is coming. I know, you know, this exception will come. I'll write it. Don't enter ILNUM's STR symbols for what? EMPNO. Okay. If EMPNO is properly entered, no value error will be coming. Now I will write what? PDBC code, I will write it. Tell me what is the PDBC code? Whatever topic is over, that code is forgetting. So CON is equal to CX underscore Oracle dot connect. What I will pass it? Localhost, you will pass it. I say here in this place, system, so manager @ localhost XE, connection got it. So I will write a message there. What is the message I am saying? SSP got obtains connection from Oracle database, Oracle DB. Now, after getting the connection from that, what I am doing now? Once the connection is over, create the cursor object. Cursor is equal to CON dot cursor of CON dot I will say. Next, I need to execute the query. COR dot execute of select star in the sense no need to go for sending employee number. Employee number I am passing e-name salary designation. E-name sal designation DSG. From where? Employee, where ENO is equal to our column name to be used perfectly is equal to %D ending % of ENO. ENO is called what? The value which we got from the keyboard, which we got from the command, that is nothing but from client side. That ENO I am passing here, closing the bracket. Once this is available, what is happening? Cursor is going to retrieve the data back. And from cursor, I need to go for getting the data. Since I am passing employee number, primary key data I am passing, only one record will come. So that I want to get the data from cursor. How many ways are there to get the cursor object? How many ways? It will say job, it will say that. Fetch one, fetch many, fetch all. నేను గుర్తు చేస్తేనే మీకు గుర్తొస్తాయి. ఇంటర్వ్యూకి నేను రాను కదా, along with you interview I am not coming. So fetch one, fetch many, fetch all. So coming to the point back, I am going to say cur dot fetch one. Fetch one. It returns record. That record, fetch one returns what type? Fetch one returns what type? Not remembering. Fetch one returns two things. Either in the form, either tuple returns if record is there, none returns if no record is present. Open this to Bisan Miko, sorry. Me sweet memory, I will open it. I will open your sweet memory once. So Oracle. So Oracle part, of course, that is there in the PyCharm. PyCharm lo chupistan me. PyCharm lo me folder lone. Where it is in this place, users, KVR, PyCharm projects, 7 AM, which one? 7 AM Oracle. Under that what? Oracle, select example 1.py. This is your place. Open it. See that fetch one is called what? Not none. Not none means there is a record. If it is none is there, I am breaking it. This is the fetch one, fetch many, everything was over. If you don't remember, we are not responsible for it. Fetch one. What I will say? If record is equal to what? None. If it is none, what I will say? I'll send it to the client saying that employee number does not exist. If no employee number exists, then only you will get the none. Otherwise, you'll get not none. What I will do? CS dot send off. What is this now? Employee number does not exist or employee record does not exist. Employee record does not exist. Dot what? Encode off. Encode off. Else I am writing. That means if record is there, what you will do? You send it. How do you send it? Send it. How do you send it? CS dot send off. CS dot send off. Record. Record is what type? Tuple type. Tuple type, that is str of record. Str of record. If you remember your sweet memory once, and why I am feeling is once you come to one stage, you will not touch the book. Why? You are retired from the subject. DRL operation. If you see, there I used to tell DRL operations. If you go, even it is there in your Google Drive class, you open it and see that there it is saying here fetch one. This function returns obtain one record at a time and pointing to and returns either a tuple if record exists or none if record does not exist. Right? So learning subject is important. Coming to the point of it, str of record, say what here? Say what here? Encode. Encode you will say. Done. And in this case, some exception will come. What is that exception will come? I'll say except what is this? CX underscore Oracle dot database error. Database error. As DB. Say print of what? Problem in DB, Oracle database. Problem in DB plus DB I will say. Why DB I will say? Because I am concatenating both of them. This message which I am getting from there, I am concatenating. Dot what I will do? This entire thing is going to be done. This entire thing will be done. After that, what I am doing? Encode, I can write it. Encode. Even you need not to do this now. Simply you can say this message. db.encode you are saying. Encoding messages already know. If I keep it in the bracket, what is happening? It will be concatenated first, then it is going to be encoding later. This is called sending a record. Sending record does not exist. Sending what? Employee number should not be alphanumeric. This is called the story of what? DB server communication.py. So coming to the point back, 7 AM there, networks here, and after that, you are coming to know this. Now coming to the point of it, now I'll write the server communication is over. Now I will take client side communication, I will take it. So coming to the point of it, here I am going to write it. What is this? Client database communication. Client database communication. What should I do? Same to same. Socket. Socket S is equal to socket dot socket. What is that? S dot connect. S dot connect. I'll say localhost in the form of this type. And I hope what is that earlier? So here it is going to be available here. I hope 6767 I will pass it. 6767 I will pass it. Done. Print of what? CSP obtains connection from SSP. Now it is ready. Now what I will do? I will say writing accept the data from where? Keyboard. How do you do that now? ENO is equal to some number, whatever you type it, input of enter employee number for getting other details. Okay, that ENO is coming in the string type only. I am taking yes dot send ENO dot what? Encode. ENO dot encode. Once it send, it will give the result immediately. Yes dot what is this? RECV 1024 dot decode of what is this now? Server result. I am going to get it. Print that now. What is this now? Here I will write it. What is this now? Print off. What is this now? Simply I will say server result. I am going to say. End of that. This is what the message is getting. Are you following? So sending and receiving. So save this now. Go to this place. Got it. Coming to the command prompts. Charting application was over. Say that it was terminated. And here I am saying both the prompts are ready. Here another prompt I will open it. This is another prompt we are having. Two things are over. Now this is for next program ready. What is my program to run here? Server program need to run. So PY. So SSP is ready to accept any CSP request. Go to the client side. And see students. PY. What is this now? So client side program I will take it. Client communicate DB communication.py. So here, see, done. So SSP obtain connection from CSSP. Enter. What is this now? Enter employee number for getting other details. What is the employee number I have? 100 is there. That I will enter from here. Other details are there. Now 100 I will enter. 100 I entered. What is coming? Sairam. 5.6 SRTL. SSP obtains connection from where? Oracle details, and it gave the details back to you. And this is the details I got it. Next you enter 200. 200 you check it once. 200, 300, 400 like that. You go for that. See students. 200 got it. Jockey 55 point freelancer. You write once again 300. 300 also got it. Gopal got it. Now you enter some 10. 10 was not there actually. 10 was not there. See that 10 was not there. What is this? Employee record does not exist. Employee record does not exist. It was communicated with the database. It was searched it. It is not there. Record is equal to none. Sending that. Next is called what? Enter the things KV123. KV123. See, it is not communicating with the database. Getting don't enter AL, NUMs, STRs and other symbols for employee number. This is the programming. So you enter whatever the information you want. Those that particular output is coming. You enter the number, something like $1. You got it. What is that? Don't enter any alphanumeric symbols and anything. Right? Now say finally 500 you enter. 500 Chandra got the communication with it. Are you getting? This is a way how you need to communicate with that. So both server program and then client program, both of them got it. Bob, are you okay? So this is the one. You can write in another way also, student. Another way in the sense to print the details one by one. You can write like this. Just to follow me here. I am writing. Record is coming here. You can send it. If it is none, you can send it. To send the details in something different way. Result I am writing. Just for a minute. What I am writing? Employee. And I am giving some employee number. I am saying here, writing like this, plus record of 0 I am writing. Record of 0. What will happen? Record of 0 is called what? Tuple is coming. Tuple of first value is called employee number. There I am writing what? STR of. I am writing STR of. STR of I am writing. And a simple way I am trying to tell you. Plus, or if you may feel difficulty because you don't have the practicing style, that's why. S1 I am writing. Next S2 I am writing. What I am writing next? What I am writing? Employee name. Employee name I am writing. What is this is called? 1. It is called S2. S2. Next I am writing S3. S3. What is next? Employee designation. Employee designation. What is this now? 2. I am saying. What I do, RES is equal to S1 plus, already these are strings, right or not? S1 plus \n plus S2 plus \n plus S3. S3 I am writing. Why \n? I want to send employee number, employee name, employee salary, one by one I want to send it. There I will say what here? What is that? STR of RES I will say. RES I will say. RES is by default what? String plus string plus string is called STR only now. Now this is called a database communication 1.py. I'll try to run it. Save it. Done. You try to run this code. Once you try to run it. So I'm going to say, students, you close this server once. Go to the place. Here you see D:, KVR, Python, say 7 AM. Networks. There I will run my code. py. My program name is called what you know? DB server communication 1.py. So ready to accept it. Ready to accept it. What is this? So coming to the point of it, now I am going to take up. Here I am going to take up client side. Same program only. Enter the employee details. So 100 I am going to use it. 100 we can write it. So Rahul, I already told you what Django is meant for what? Web application development. In my features of Python only, I said web application development, a framework called Django, we will use it. 100. See the details now. Employee number Sairam, employee name 5.6, employee designation senior TL. For everything, action plan is required. Then your result is beautiful. Without reading, without practicing, want to get the results means it's only greedy it is. It's not going to become any fruitful result will not come. Once again, you want to run it. So 300 results are coming. See how they are coming. Earlier it is coming in the form of tuple. Now I am getting like this. You say next is called what? Some 10 now. 10 was not there. It is not there. You enter some 500. You enter some 500. 500 details are coming. Like this, you need to write the coding. Okay, students. This is about what I want to tell you. 3-tier application. So 3 varieties of examples. This is called what? Networking explanation, I said. So if we go to the place, 7 AM, networking if I take, there if you take the index if I open it, so here, all the things, 2-tier application, 3-tier application, this is a topic of network programming yesterday and today. Right? I'll stop my class and tomorrow there is a problem solving approach is there. Some first session, introduction session, the problem solving sessions is continuous. And 7 AM, it is free for all. If you want, you can listen the class, join the class. I'll keep the Google Drive class link in our Google Drive. Tomorrow 7 AM, it will be starting. Some special class for all the students, it is applicable. Provided we must know Python coding. Then only we can understand that. So I'll stop the class. Monday, I'm going to talk about regular expressions. I'm going to talk, which is important. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days this topic will continue. First day, second day, third day. And with that, regular expressions will be over. Thursday is a last class. Thursday is the last class where I will talk only 1 hour Thursday. That is a generator. And next is called iterator will be discussing. This is the last day for completion of the course. 1 hour Thursday will be taken up. This is about my action plan. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, regular expressions. Thursday is the last. First 1 hour, that iterators will be discussing. Okay. Thank you. Don't miss tomorrow class if you are interested. Monday, we'll continue the regular expressions. Thank you, students. Abhay. Student name is Abhay.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
Sir, in earlier program, sir, in the client side program, every time in the loop, sir, we are making the socket object and we are trying to connect every time in the loop, sir. So
yes,
is it really mandatory?
Because why we are doing that looping is because socket once the first request is over, that will be auto closed automatically. Auto closed. Okay. So that's why we are going to reconnect it by writing that kind of thing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, student.
For every request, we'll have to make the connection.
Ma?
For sending every time request, we'll have to make the connections.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, ma'am. Basant Kumar.
Hello.
Basant.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Basant, please tell me.
Yes. My question is a previous class regarding the multi-threading. So my question actually I'm confused about the GIL and synchronous and asynchronous programming in Python. The Python actually they says that the GIL, so there is the no synchronous like the request in the Python.
What you
So
are saying, I did not understand anything, my dear student. Multi-threading, synchronous, asynchronous, what is that, ma? What is your
sir,
doubt straightforward? Multi-threading doubt, what is your doubt,
yes,
my dear student?
multi-threading doubt, sir.
Okay, multi-threading, okay. Later?
Then GIL, actually, what is the GIL and
GL
Python?
is not a part of my Python coding.
No, I'm my coach. Actually, I have a doubt, not I'm just asking the
Come on, ask your doubt.
global interpreter lock in the Python.
Ah.
That is says
Locking
that
concept is used for achieving the thread safety results. Locking and unlocking concepts are used for achieving the thread safety results. When multiple resources or multiple threads are operating on the same resource, we'll be getting by default a deadlock result, unexpected result, non-safety result. To avoid the type of results, we went for what? Locking, object creation, acquiring the lock, and releasing the lock.
but why, sir, the locking concept is required in Python if the
I told you, Nama.
global interpreter lock is available?
How interpreter lock? Interpreter lock is not doing that. PVM is preventing the multiple collisions of the threads on the same resource.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Naveen Kumar.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Once again, it is nice to hear all these previous concepts, what I have learned in two-tier application and three-tier application.
Yes.
So these are also useful in regular days in the .NET also.
Yes, yes.
So once again, you have given very good session on the client and server application.
Thank you, my dear.
So I will check with your data once. Because of the professional way, daily I am doing some 10 hours of work in office.
Okay.
So that's why I'm unable to concentrate on these topics. Once again, I will brush up in the weekend.
You can.
And I will get back to you.
No, definitely. Yes. I'll give my number to everybody also. Any doubts are there in my free time, I can respond to you. Okay.
And I will get some few queries, sir, when I am doing some SQL also. So if you are able to get this like Python type coding only, so from this coding, we need to get some inserting and creating, updating. Sometimes there will be inner joins also.
All the queries you can, all the SQL queries you can apply.
Yes, yes.
All of them can be applied. You can apply.
Yes, sir. If I get any particular complex doubt, I will reach out to you.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Okay, students, take care. All the best. Now I will upload these programs to you. You practice well. And Monday class, don't worry. Don't miss that. And tomorrow also there is problem solving approaches there. So I hope no more doubts. So I'm signing it off. And then I'll upload these programs now. Don't miss that session on Monday, as well as tomorrow also there is a session.
Recording stopped.